So welcome back, episode number 35, No Cap Sports. You know, the big KD episode going on. So as always,
Nah, bro. Nah. Do that again, bro. We not the KD episode.
I did
Who else got a 35? Who are the famous 35 people?
Christian Wood.
Christian Wood. I mean, he kind of is having a better season than KD right now. We don't got to talk about it, but that's just what's going on, bro.
No, we don't represent the morals and values of Kevin Durant on this media company we got right going right.
Yes, you do.
No, we don't, brother.
You won 2 rings off another man, so I don't want to hear it.
That's so crazy.
Big look like Ace Hood right now.
Dang, so that was when he was on Instagram crying. That was you, man. You be everywhere, bro. I swear to God, man.
It's over.
That's my segment, huh? Favorite song. What's your favorite?
I only know 2 of them, man. I'm pretty sure
it's only like 3 for real, though.
No, shout out. His wife bought him plaques for all of his.
I know you feel, man. Nick was on Instagram crying, but I know that's a big moment for you, bro. So, anyway, let me get back on track, man. You know, it's a little stretch musically this week, but whatever. Master P and Baron Davis, I didn't know they were friends, first of all, but they're planning on buying Reebok for what, $2.4 billion, I think.
Yeah, something like that.
That's crazy though, and that'll be the first with big legitimate sneaker brand to be owned by a black man, I believe. That's good anyway. So who would be the first athlete that y'all want to see under the new No Limit Reebok?
Actually, the way I was gonna go with it, I would want to see the Reebok collab with artists, bro. So like, imagine a whole 10-17 at Reeboks, bro.
Ooh,
that'd be
heat.
But what they gonna wear? You gotta have some athletes wearing it still.
True.
That's true. So like athlete wise, I think I had to go somebody. You think all the old Reebok athletes, Shaq, AI, Larry Johnson. So I think.
Hold on, bro. Never mind. You just threw Larry Johnson in there with them.
Got the hypnosis shoes messed up, bro.
Exactly, bro. The grandmama commercial, you so sleep. You don't know your history, bro. That's your problem. You don't know
Young gun.
So, it's talking about players like that, bro. I think the new wave Reebok, bro. I think somebody like Julius Randle. I think that'd be a heat cop, especially the way he been hooping this year.
Stop, bro. Stop.
Listen, bro. Like a top 3 right here, bro. Julius Randle.
Yeah.
LaMelo Ball.
This is why we can't never. I can't do this segment. He talking about some LaMelo Ball.
Who else?
And then give me. See, look, you gotta have a little flat. Give me Tyler Hero.
That's kind of hard. I ain't gonna lie, bro.
The only one that might be nice is LaMelo. He signed to BBB, so that happening. But who's the first one you said?
Julius Randle, LaMelo, and Tyler Hero, bro. That'd be hard.
All right, the Tyler Hero, that's kind of heat, bro. I ain't even gonna lie to you. Kind of heat.
You gotta start first. But I just want to see some No Limit. I want to see No Limit Allen Iverson Reebok Classic collaboration. I just feel like that'll be hard. Like Reebok with like a camouflage on it, or like a gold tank, like a little emblem.
Yeah, you probably wear it too, huh?
I would, sir.
With some checker pants.
At least don't compare me to another man, sir. At least don't compare me to another man. But that's all I got. If they're done over talking about me during my segment. Not a lot happened. I mean, it's 2021, so who do you think is gonna be your favorite artist by the end of 2021?
The same artist that's been my favorite artist since like 2015.
Are you asking who's gonna have the best 2021?
Hold on. I mean, I would. I want to hear who you think is gonna be your 6-time reigning champ, Nick.
Future and Thug. That easy.
That's 2 people. First of all.
Well, I'm sorry, but they 1A and 1B. So.
Wow.
You a hype beast. What are you gonna say, Vance?
Oh man, well, Heartbreak Kid, Drake.
What is that? Shawn Michaels?
Certified Lover Boy. Yes, sir.
Oh, it is coming. When was the drop?
It's supposed to drop. It was supposed to drop on the 1st, January 1st, but I don't know. He keep pushing it back. Snitch. I think he wants it to be a surprise. To be honest.
To be honest, in terms of who I think will have the best 2021, though, I'm gonna shock y'all. gonna say Playboy Cardi.
Bro, shut up. Anyways.
He back.
Are we gonna talk about sports yet? Oh my god. This is not a trolling segment, bro. This is supposed to be real life.
If this guy, if he can like get like one or two more songs, he's gonna be on for real. Roddy Rich, bro.
Hey, no cap.
Roddy Rich.
He was already on. I mean,
he on right now, but to stay on, like he might just be a one. He not one hit wonder, but
one album wonder.
Yeah, bro.
One song. Well, you can't even call him
really
one song wonder. Yeah.
One album wonder. You said it right.
Yeah.
Chloe and Halle, shout out to Chloe Bailey. I love you.
It's college football championship time, man. So right now we gonna see Ohio State take on Alabama. Ohio State just beat Clemson 49-28 last week. Bama coming off a 31-14 victory over Notre Dame. And even though Ohio State has had some COVID concerns, the game is still scheduled to be played on January 11th. So to start this segment out, who do you guys think has the better offensive big three, Alabama or Ohio State?
It's going to be hard to argue with Bama. 2 Heisman finalists in their top 3, and they have, their running back leads the nation in most touchdowns. So it's going to be pretty hard to argue against Alabama. But, like Vance pointed out right before we started recording, this is the same way, kind of Ohio State won in 2015 with when they had the three quarterbacks, Cardale, J.T. Barrett, and somebody else I can't remember right now. But
Ezekiel Elliott. He was the running back, but still. My bad. Mike Thomas and Ezekiel Elliott, bro, superstars.
Facts though. But it looked for the first time that Justin Fields is a beast, but it looked like for the first time in his college career that Trevor Lawrence really got outplayed. For 3 fumbles. Did he throw? I think he threw at least 1 pick. Ohio State defense, I don't think nationally they really got as much attention as they should have. Honestly, they get 5-star recruits. People just kind of assumed that they were going to be shaky off after 6 games, but especially after their performance in the conference championship game as well. But Justin Fields, we talked about it on Twitter a lot, man. There's a reason why people are trying to get him as the number 1 pick now.
I mean, bro, I want to say Ohio State so bad to be trendy, but it's just you got the Heisman Trophy winner, the Heisman runner-up, and then you got a running back that should have been in the Heisman conversation, bro. That's 3 players, Heisman caliber, literally. And, I mean, Ohio State's big 3, Justin Fields, Heisman caliber. Trey Sermon, don't get it twisted, definitely Heisman caliber. Olave, great receiver, but when you match him up against the Heisman winner, Devontae Smith, you can't go against that, bro.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
And I mean, I will be fair to Ohio State. We only saw them play 7 total games this year. We've seen Alabama play 13. But I think the reason why Alabama has the better offensive big 3 is because they're the most consistent big 3 we've seen in a while. And if you think about it, it's really a big 4 when you factor Jalen Waddle in, even though he got hurt earlier in the season. But for me, well, yeah, he has a chance to play this game, which is big time. And so, for me, talking about the inconsistencies with Ohio State's big 3, you look at Justin Fields. He had a 3-interception game versus Indiana, a 2-interception, 0-touchdown game versus Northwestern. Trey Sermon, I consider him in the big 3, but the only thing is, before the Big Ten championship game over 5 games, he only had 344 yards and 1 touchdown. And after that Big Ten championship game, and then their game versus Clemson, he had 524 yards and 3 touchdowns. So he's really just hitting his stride. You get what I'm saying?
Hey,
so I wouldn't
this time though.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying in order for him to be a Heisman candidate, like you said, he needed to be doing this all season, and he hasn't. And so, but still, like both of y'all mentioned, they do have those 2 big play receivers in Garrett Wilson and Chris Olave, but neither one of them compares to Devontae Smith and what he's able to do. Obviously, he just won the Heisman, so of course, Alabama has that better offensive big 3, a unit that's top 5 in college football in terms of points. And
Who
so,
do you think has the better offense, as a whole?
As Alabama, the way Steve Sarkisian is calling plays with the players he has, I think Alabama.
Do you think that Mac Jones could have took that hit Justin Fields took, though?
Could he have done what?
Took that hit that Justin Fields took, though.
Yeah.
He's not going to be in a position to because he's a pocket passer.
And the thing, though, there's a reason why people aren't talking about Mac Jones and Justin Fields at the top. So, I mean, he's obviously was a Heisman candidate, but it's still levels to it. But that's 3 touchdowns after that.
Jones is just as good as Justin Fields. Don't get it twisted, bro.
Yeah, exactly. They play a different.
Prism.
They play a different style, but those are two. I
For Mac
think
Jones, that don't need draft awards.
he's still a
Not in
first
the
round
top
quarterback. He's still
Not
a
in the
first
top two
round.
though. There's levels to it, man.
But you got to think about it,
I'm
bro.
not saying. I'm saying that he's about as 95% good as Justin Fields.
Ohio State
Or 90.
has the better offense though. And I'll
Talk
tell
to me.
you
Why
why.
do you say that? Why do you say that?
Bro, that O-line. This is like one of the best offensive lines I've ever seen in my lifetime. Like the way, it's just like they have Wisconsin O-linemen, but they're playing with Ohio State. That's what I'm Trey Sermon he's an amazing running back. You know, he played at OU, he's putting up stats. But the way he doesn't get touched until he's 5 yards down the field. I've never seen that. Like I've never seen him. I've seen like running backs break a tackle like Derrick Henry and then hit the gap. Trey Sermon's not getting touched because of that O-line. And don't get Alabama gives up points, bro. So it's gonna be a lot closer than people think because they're gonna give up the points.
Because they gave up 40-something to Florida.
They gave up 40-something to Ole Miss.
Ole Miss.
Like, come on, bro. It's about don't get it twisted.
Yeah. So now
506 yards in 2 games, though. The biggest 2 games of your life right now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It says something. I mean, you're right, Vance, but you still got to be able to do it. Get a 90-yard screen pass call back. Like, dude is splashing at the right time.
Well, so yeah, let's go on and switch gears. And so, who do you guys think comes out on top in this game, and why?
Roll Tide, roll, bro. Ohio State's gonna score. They're gonna get their points. But I feel like Justin Fields, they might start slow. Alabama's not gonna start slow. First quarter, they're gonna score. Second quarter, they're gonna score. Third quarter, they're gonna score. Fourth quarter, they're gonna score some more. So Ohio State, they gonna get their points. They'll probably score in the 30 to 40 range. But will that be enough for it to beat this Alabama offense is gonna score every single quarter? And definitely gonna have Alabama have at least 42 points, at least 6 touchdowns in this game. Now, can Ohio State have 7 or 8? Yes, it's possible. I just don't see it happening. You know, the whole team trying to recover from Rona. Are they even practicing right now?
Yeah, they are. They are.
So the team doesn't have – nobody on the team has Rona. Or they?
Oh, no, some people do, but they're just, still getting it.
Yeah, bro, it's kind of sketchy up there in Ohio. I'm not liking that.
Bro,
Rona giving them superpowers, bro. But give me Alabama.
Yeah, I'm gonna rock with you, Vance. I'm going Alabama. I think the big thing is what Justin Fields are you gonna get? You gonna get the Clemson Justin Fields, or you gonna get the Indiana Northwestern Justin Fields? And I think if you don't get the Clemson Justin Fields, even if it isn't the Northwestern Justin Fields, if it's anything less than that Clemson Justin Fields, I think it's gonna be tough for Ohio State. Like you said, talking about the Alabama offense, they're gonna put up points, they're gonna do it quickly, and they're gonna do it efficiently. So I think that Alabama's going to win this game in the shootout.
Bro, he can play like Clemson, Justin Fields, and still take that L, bro.
Man, I don't know. Give me Ohio State. Trey Sermon, 500 yards over 2 games. That's a draw right there between him and Najee Harris for this particular game. I believe Justin Fields is better than Mac Jones, and I think that there's enough – I don't know. Devontae Smith's going to get his, but y'all know it's harder for a receiver to, make just a truly game-breaking impact, although he has done all season. But they apparently have the number 1 corner in the draft, so they should be able to do enough things to him not to, completely blow the lead.
Sean Wade can keep up with Devontae Smith?
No.
Yeah, keep him 150.
Hopefully.
I mean, 150 is given.
150.
That's what I'm saying, though. 4 touchdowns.
4 touchdowns. Bro, that boy is running past people.
I just gave him 150 yards.
But I'm not going to lie, that's going to be an interesting matchup to watch. Sean Wade versus Devontae Smith. And then on the flip side, Pat Surtain versus Olave and Wilson. That's going to be some real interesting one-on-ones on the outside.
Yeah, it's going to be a whole lot of scoring. Take the over on the game, bro. Whatever it is. Take the over.
I think Justin Fields' ceiling is higher than Mac Jones. That's why I'm going to take Ohio State. Even my mom would say Alabama.
We'll accept that answer.
So, talking about Justin Fields, man, seemed like you're a big Justin Fields guy. And your favorite team, the Jets, was sitting there with the number 2 pick. So, assuming Trevor Lawrence goes number 1, what should the Jets do with that number 2 pick? Should they take Justin Fields or should they take the field? Let me hear you first, Josh.
That's me. Man, obviously you discussed my fandom. 20 years. You know, receivers don't win the Heisman every year. That had been 20 years ago was the last time it happened. You know, Devontae Smith, you know, he has been a part of arguably the best receiving core ever to, you know, be a part of college football. And he's the standout. National championship game with a touchdown as a freshman, you know, almost 100 catches in 9 games. Like, it's hard to pass up on that, especially when our best receiver is Jamison Crowder. But you go into the New Orleans Superdome and you throw more touchdowns and incompletions, you have my attention. So I still don't know, bro. I still don't know.
Do more touchdowns in the Superdome than Taysom Hill did in those 4 games.
Okay.
Let's talk about it.
Man, I don't know. I like Sam Darnold. Just give Devontae Smith, man. Devontae Smith, bro.
I mean,
at number 2.
I don't like that, bro. But taking a receiver at number 2, bro, I don't like that, bro.
Same thing they say about running backs until Todd Gurley almost won the MVP. So it's like, you got to reach for what you need.
I mean,
and
yeah,
we got an early second.
I mean, I think that y'all's best option with that number 2 pick. Take Penei Sewell from Oregon, bro.
He drafted a tackle, bro.
But I'm saying
he made the Pro Bowl. He was gonna make the Pro Bowl.
I'm saying, but then you got 2 bookend tackles to help keep Darnold upright. You think about his first 2 years with the Jets, he was getting heavy pressure, bro. Stayed injured. So I think you get that another tackle, create a bookend. You know, you have 2 bookend tackles for Sam Darnold, who I still have a little bit of faith in. You know, you take a young quarterback, you throw him in a bad situation, that's what you're gonna get, bad quarterback play. So I think you try to make the situation around Sam Darnold better. You know, get him another tackle, get him some more protection, and then use that early second-round pick on a receiver because there's likely still going to be some talent on the board when their next pick comes around. So that's how I think they should roll.
I would trade. I feel like there's a lot of receivers you can get. I'm trading down probably will be the best because you still got Jamar Chase. There's a lot of talent in this draft. That's what who just did that with Winston Trubisky? Trubisky, whatever draft it was. But I mean, trade down one spot. They'll give us like a second-round pick to trade down one spot. What is that?
But to be honest, I think an interesting situation to look out for is look at that Jacksonville situation. Because if they end up hiring Urban Meyer, I think it's very likely that he'd rather have Justin Fields.
What? No. Oh, that's
bad, though.
I'm sorry, that's bad cap.
Yeah, but I'm saying,
that's probably.
I was just saying, like, if Urban Meyer gets the job and they decide they want to take Justin Fields, I could imagine them trading back, and then probably trading back with y'all to number 1. You know what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying, but Urban Meyer not that dumb, bro.
Well, yeah.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure he
don't overestimate this man's intelligence because he was
good. He probably did recruit Trevor Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence just still picked Clemson. But what I would do with the pick is definitely I'm taking Justin Fields, bro. Just what I see, even in his bad games, those are good games for a lot of quarterbacks. A lot of quarterbacks.
2 interceptions, 0 touchdowns.
Against Northwestern?
Yeah.
Yes. He got the dub.
What about that?
I mean, he got the dub, but
I'm saying.
It was very ew.
He got the dub. It was ew, but he got the dub, bro.
He only had 114
yards. Was it him or was it Trey
passing.
Sermon?
Only 114 yards passing.
336
2
yards.
interceptions.
It don't matter, bro. You got to take Justin Fields. So who would you rather have for the next 10 years? Who would you rather have, Sam Darnold or Justin Fields?
Sam Darnold with some help.
No, answer the question. Who did you say?
Sam Darnold with some help.
Oh my God.
With some help, with a little boot pick me up.
Exactly.
You think Sam Darnold would have beat Clemson?
You forgot how bad Sam Darnold was at USC. You really go playing on my man top like.
He wasn't that good, bro. He was decent.
He led FBS in turnovers.
James did too and was the number 1 pick. Like, okay, what are we talking about?
James is cold though. They about the same.
No, they're not.
They're about the same. Man, first of all, let me get to the point, bro. This is what I need to do. If I'm the GM, listen, hire me, New York Jets. If I'm the GM, this is what I'm doing. I'm drafting Justin Fields at number 2, and I'm putting Sam Darnold on our trading block. And do you know who needs the QB? Nick Hayes' team, the New England Patriots. So trade Sam Darnold to the Patriots. I'm sure you could finesse them. The Patriots don't want to. They want to get Gilmore's contract off the books. So trade for Gilmore so that you get a quarterback and you get a corner. You might have to give up a third rounder to the Patriots for
Yeah, you
Gilmore,
probably gonna have
maybe.
to put that in there.
Yeah, you're going to have to. The Patriots ain't going for – they not getting finesse. They do the finesse scene. But this way, this is an even trade. You still keep your other first-round pick, and you could go and get maybe what, a J.C. Horn out of South Carolina?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
bro.
I'm
It's
excited.
still corners here, bro. If you
That I'm
get two lockdown corners, and then you have a new rookie quarterback that you can work with. That's 3 players, bro.
Yeah,
So
but
that's what you need to do.
I think the problem
You
is
need to get some
you're still putting a rookie quarterback in a bad situation. The offensive line has gotten better, but the talent around him, there's no running game in New York. Your best receivers are Jamison Crowder,
Running back.
Denzel Mims, Rashad Perryman.
Exactly. A lot
In the
of
second
we got to give them some weapons.
Yeah, and that's what you got. So you got them 2 defenders, 2 lockdown corners.
Those are doing nothing for
You
Sam
can
Darnold.
get a running back in the 3rd round, bro. Let's not act like you can't. You can get a solid running back.
How you gonna say this gonna be his 3rd year in the league? You know, you get rookie quarter. This is really about his making a break year, honestly. How I would play it, get Devontae Smith. You know, I don't think your idea is terrible, nigga. Getting another rookie and tackle. I don't know who you get at that 33rd pick. Trey Smith might be there. That'd be good. But there's a lot of pass catching talent. Jamar Chase, Devontae Smith, Jalen Waddle still runs a 4.25. Rondale Moore.
That's what I'm saying. Like all these guys are gonna be able to be available at 33. A lot of those guys
From Minnesota.
That's why I would take Sewell first.
Who's the other receiver at Clemson that broke his neck or something?
Justin Ross. But he's just a sophomore.
We could get a running back though. We could get what if we got Devontae Smith at 2 and we got either Etienne or Najee Harris at 33. That would not be.
Yeah, that's not a bad draft.
Yeah, bro.
If Trey Sermon has 200 more yards, he's not even gonna be there at 33. That's gonna be what 750 yards
in 3 games.
Saying, the only team with a running back need is the Buccaneers though. In the 1st round, maybe.
And so, this draft, there's been a lot of debate, Trevor Lawrence, Justin Fields. And, that goes back to, even when they was in high school, the debating about who was the better quarterback. But now we have a legit quarterback race in the NFL in terms of the MVP race between Aaron Rodgers, Patrick Mahomes. So who do you guys like for this year's MVP?
All right, so I'm looking at the stats right here. Aaron Rodgers threw for 4,299 yards, 48 touchdowns, 5 interceptions with a passer rating of 121.5. Pat Mahomes threw for 4,740 yards, 38 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, and 108.2 passer rating. So thinking about it, who has more help? That's how.
Tyreek Hill. Hill. Sammy Watkins, Nico Harmon.
You think so, bro?
I definitely think Pat Mahomes has more help than Aaron Rodgers.
I think it's a wash, bro. I think it's a wash.
He got Devontae Adams and 3 guys that Nick trained out with at Greg to help him. That's all he got.
He has Aaron Jones. I don't get it. Don't act like Aaron Jones statistically in the last 2 years has not been a top 3 back.
But think about it, bro.
Bell.
It's a wash. If you can watch Tyreek and Travis Kelce.
Bro, Tyreek and Travis Kelce were both in the top 3 in the NFL in terms of receiving yards at one point, bro.
Aaron Jones was statistically he was a top 3 back.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Devontae Adams was the top 3 wide receiver. He was a top 3 wide receiver, if not the stats say Stephon Diggs is better, but whatever. But so it washes, yes or no?
I don't think it washes. Still.
That's not a wash.
Because still, Pat Mahomes has 2 top 3 receivers on this team.
There's no guarding. I mean, there's really not gonna guard Devontae Adams. But speed, you cannot. Nobody in this league is gonna run as fast as Tyreek Hill. That's the thing about it. He's gonna be able to throw it as far as he can throw it to go get it. So that right there, you can't watch that.
48 touchdown, better record, bro. Pat Mahomes. You know what? I think we should just give it to Derrick Henry, just because it's different. I swear. I know. All right. So how big of a gap is it between Aaron Rodgers and Pat Mahomes? It's like
I don't think it's a big gap at all.
It's not really a gap at all.
All right. What's the difference between Derrick Henry and the second best back in the league statistically? About 500 yards. 500 yards. 17 touchdowns. 2,000 yards and 17 touchdowns, bro. I mean, we've seen that one time in our lives, and that was when Terrell Davis did it, and I didn't even really like football then, bro. So the way I see it is, give it to Derrick Henry just because it's the big. It's just like Devontae Smith. It's a big gap between Devontae and who was the second best, Elijah Moore, maybe.
Yeah.
So the Derrick Henry and the second, who was the second? Camara? No, it was Dalvin Cook. So it was that big of a gap, just like
he had 57. Derrick Henry is with 2,000, so over 500.
Same argument, bro. Give it to Derrick Henry.
I'm not gonna lie though.
I'm a side with Vance. I mean, because Aaron Rodgers has a higher QBR than Pat Mahomes, but if we're gonna do what he says, Derrick Henry, 2,000-yard seasons don't happen that often. So yeah. I would give it to Derrick Henry.
Well, I agree with that, but I think at the end of the day, you take Aaron Rodgers off the Green Bay Packers, they're nowhere near as good as they are. They might not make the playoffs because Aaron Rodgers is a guy that makes that team and that offense go, point blank, period. He's leading the best offense in the NFL, averaging 31.8 points per game. He's got 6 games with 4 passing touchdowns. He leads the NFL in passing touchdowns with 48, bro. 48 tutties. That's real close to Pat Mahomes' 50 when he won MVP. So for that reason, I just got to give it to Aaron Rodgers. He's been balling all season consistently, has one of the best duos in the league with Devontae Adams. But I just think it has to go to Aaron Rodgers. Discount double check. I like y'all's Derrick Henry pick though, but just not this year, bro.
I think I still would take Pat Mahomes over Aaron Rodgers.
You want to tell me why?
I think it goes Derrick Henry, Pat Mahomes.
Tell me why? You didn't. Yeah.
Not even hating, bro. Bro, Aaron Rodgers can have it. I don't care. Pat Mahomes gonna win 3 more anyways. Yeah. He can have this one,
So this weekend is a big weekend in the NFL, wild card weekend. First year with the extra playoff team in both conferences. So what we're finna do is we're gonna preview each game for you and tell you who we think gonna come out on top and why. So starting out in the NFC, we got the Bears, the 7th seed, going to visit the Saints in the Superdome. So who you guys like in this game?
Well, considering you calling this man Maserati Mitch, I think you're going to go with the Bears, but I'm going to have to be a little bit more sensible. Bears defense second half of the season. Cam Jordan, Ted Hendrickson, Marcus Davenport. You can get a lot of pressure. When you can win consistently, when you can get consistent pressure with 4 without having to blitz, I always think that's the best formula. So give me the Saints.
Oh well, I want to pick the Bears also, Josh. I'm not even gonna lie to you, but for picking reasons, I'm gonna pick the more sensible pick. But you don't understand how much I want the Saints to choke so bad, bro.
Why?
They talk so much trash.
And like
if you lived in Jackson or went to Millsaps, JSU, Alcorn, so many Louisiana people, bro. They're LSU fans and New Orleans Saints fans, bro. And they talk so much trash. And you don't understand how good it feels to watch them just crumble. every time they're in a big game. Like these matter, they always tearing folks up. As soon as it's time, some guys they go to the gym, they can hoop at the YMCA, but when it's time to play in front of some girls, bro, they suck.
Who's your pick, sir?
The Saints suck in front of girls, bro.
Who are you picking?
I'm gonna pick the Saints, but for now. Next week's gonna be a different story, probably. But for now, I'm gonna pick the Saints.
So this is a pick out of pure hatred. I'm going with the Bears. We've seen the Saints struggle with NFC. Look. We've seen the Saints struggle with NFC North teams in the playoffs at home. Wink, wink, the Vikings. So I think the Bears are just gonna take the Vikings' place this year, get them boys out of here, take care of them. Maserati Mitch is gonna show up. Show Drew Brees how to play football, play quarterback.
I'm gonna talk to you, Nick. I'm gonna talk to you for sure.
But for real, on a serious note, though, this is a legit Bears defense. You think they got 2 lockdown corners in rookie Jalen Johnson and Fuller. Earlier this season, they were rated the top 2 corners by PFF, and I think they're going to have a really effective day, especially considering how this Saints offense isn't constructed to push the ball downfield. So I think these 2 corners are going to have a good day, being able to play aggressive on all the short routes. I could see Drew Brees having some trouble, especially, against the defensive unit that still has Khalil Mack, still has Akeem Hicks. So
hold on. Is Mike Thomas playing?
Yeah, him and Kamara are supposed to be good to go.
Okay, actually, yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah, you remember they played earlier in the season, bro. But bitch didn't play in that game.
Yeah, Nick Foles played, and the Saints only won by 3. So
Yeah, OT, overtime.
Next game. Y'all entitled to y'all's opinion.
Now they gotta play in front of the girls, bro. The pretty girls are coming, bro. The Bears are coming.
So next game we got the Rams taking a trip to Seattle to play the Seahawks. Jared Goff's status is still up in the air. He had surgery on his thumb on December 28th, so he's essentially going to be a game-time decision. So who you guys like in this game and why?
You get a 60% get Jared Goff versus 100% Russell Wilson and DK. I want DK to – I need at least dang Rashad, at least 100 yards. You know, y'all was talking last time that Jalen Ramsey clams him up, whatever. I think – well, first of all, he can't guard both of them, him and Lockett. And I think that, you know,
– Oh, no, he's gonna be following DK right in his pocket.
So I'm saying –
like Devo.
Whatever. But, you know, the Seahawks getting their stride at the right time. I think Molly Mall and Carlos Dunlap is giving, you know, that little pick-me-up that the defense needed. So give me the Seahawks.
Yeah, Rams had the best defense in the NFL.
They have the best player in the NFL, but that don't mean the best defense.
No, they got two of the top defenders in the NFL, premier defenders, and Jalen Ramsey and Aaron Donald. You can shake your head no, but that's just facts. But
they have the best defense in the NFL?
Yes.
I want to say, yeah, they average the least points per game. They average like 18 points per game.
I mean, the game's going to be close. It's going to be low scoring, but, I mean, Russell Wilson is just going to be better than whoever's playing at quarterback for the Rams. So give me the Seahawks.
Yeah.
Low scoring, but it's going to be easy. Yeah,
that's what I said. I expect this game to be low scoring too. The last time they played on the 27th, Seahawks took the victory 20-9. I'm going to still rock with the Seahawks, but I think a key factor in this game is going to be how the Rams' rushing attack looks with Cam Akers and Darrell Henderson returning to health. The Seahawks, they don't have the best defense. They're a real average defense, but a real weakness in that defense is their run defense. So if the Rams can get some going on the ground, especially if Goff is healthy, this is going to be a real tight game, but I still think the Seahawks come out on top. And so next game we got the Buccaneers taking a trip to Washington to play the Washington football team.
Give me Tom Brady. I could have a lot of things to say, but give me Tom Brady versus 7-9 team.
Yeah, bro. I remember back in Week 10, the Buccaneers played the Rams. The Rams destroyed them, and I had them going to the Super Bowl. But I've come to my senses. Tom Brady, big.
Ooh, Tom Brady.
He said, I come to my senses.
I don't know about y'all, but I like to spice things up on Wild Card Weekend. So give me the Washington football team, man. This is the second best defense in the NFL. They don't get credit for it, bro. This is the second best defense in the NFL.
Are you saying it because we recording, or are you just saying it like?
I'm being for real. Bro, they only give up 20.
Where your money comes.
They only give 20 point. They only give up 20.6 points per game, which is fourth best in the league. They're second in total yardage per game, and they only allow 191 pass yards per game, which is good for second in the league. So this is a real stingy defense. You think about that front four that can get pressure on just about any quarterback, as they've done all season. And I think if you look at Tom Brady, the one thing he struggles with the most is teams that create pressure, especially up the middle of that pocket. You think about his 2 games versus the Saints this season. That offense looked out of sync and it looked terrible. You think about last season when they played the Titans. Brady, you just knew Brady was going to leave New England after that game because he was getting worked. And I think this year, it'll be the Washington football team, kind of a feel-good story this year, with Ron Rivera coming in, essentially turning that team around. So give me the Washington football team.
That pick stinks, bro. All right, let me ask you this, Nick.
Is it gonna stink? Is it gonna stink Sunday when you wake up?
Let me ask you this, bro. All right, if they told you had to pick one team to win, and if your team loses between the Washington football team and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, you have to go stand in the middle of the Capitol building right now. Would you still choose the Washington football team?
I'm confident.
Okay, cool.
Stupid, but all right. But all right, what's the next game? Indiana, Buffalo?
All right, so, next game we got Colts at the Bills.
Josh Allen hit stride at the right time. I just got thrown off by Vance's question. My bad. Josh Allen hit stride at the right time. the Colts, they got Darius Leonard, who was a defensive player of the year candidate a year ago. But they just kind of like mayonnaise. They just all right. They're pretty good. Nothing really too outstanding about them. Phillip Rivers he was like what C plus B minus year. Jonathan Taylor did have a great game last week, but give me the Bills, man. Best receiver in the league. Who relax. The most catches this year. It's rare to get those big arm guys that that kind of mature into the role and things like that. But Josh Allen has seemed one of to be somebody that has a devastating running attack with surprising accuracy and efficiency. So he's a Super Bowl sleeper for me for sure. I can't even lie to you.
That's a nice pick. Something's just telling me that they're gonna choke. Also, I think they're about to be the Saints of the North.
Oh.
The Colts are good, bro. Like they're pretty solid. Don't get it twisted. That defense is nice. Now when corner's kind of shaky, but Xavier Rose, he can slow down Stephon Diggs a little bit, just a little bit.
Relax.
Now Rock saying he about to get somebody about to do him dirty like they did Jaquette.
Hey, Gabriel Davis finna eat up because that's low key becoming one of Josh Allen's favorites.
But then again, the Colts, they slow the game down, bro. They play at their own pace. Phillip Rivers, he's going to dink and dunk. The Bills are playing other teams. It's an air raid offense now, get down the field quicker. But the Colts, they're going to take their time, so the Bills going to have less possessions. And they ain't played a close game in about a month, my guy. Real talk. Now, it's going to be close to the playoffs. Give me the Colts, bro.
Ooh. I'm going to keep it simple, bro. I think this Bills team is one of the best teams in the league right now. You look at the way Josh Allen's playing. Josh tried to say he's a sleeper MVP candidate, whatever. He's having the best season of his career. And I think this offense is going to be able to put up enough points to outscore that Colts offense. And even if they slow the game down, just because you slow the game down doesn't guarantee you points. And the Bills are one of the most efficient teams in the league when it comes to putting points on the board, especially in the red zone. So for that reason, give me the Bills.
Okay.
And so up next, we got the Cleveland Browns playing the Steelers. And so with this game, it's important to note, no Kevin Stefanski, the head coach for the Browns, who also called all the plays for the Browns because he got COVID. So how y'all feeling about this game?
It's tough, first of all, praying for him. But it's kind of interesting. Teams going in two different directions. The Steelers obviously have been backsliding the second half of the season after they're starting. The Browns they made the playoffs in the first time since 2002.
Yeah,
completely different directions. But it really is because give me the Steelers, man. They had a stacking like 90 straight games now. They were the best team for the first half of the season. Just called their offensive play caller is not going to be, there with the vid. And I think Ben Roethlisberger is still better than Baker Mayfield. So
I think the Steelers team has bounced back. You look at that Week 16 win over the Colts. The first time they had beat a quality opponent after losing 4 in a row. And so I think that game kind of got their confidence back. Even though they lost Week 17, a game where they set a lot of guys, they were still competitive in that game. So for that reason, I'm going to rock with the Steelers. We've seen what they've been capable of doing. And I think this, without Stefanski, I think the Steelers will be able to take this one pretty fairly.
Yeah, I agree with the both of you guys. Give me the Steelers. They just played the Browns literally last week and only beat them with a backup quarterback that went to the rally yesterday. But anyways, give me the Steelers. It's still gonna be close. The Browns run the ball. Nick Chubb, if they give Nick Chubb the ball instead of depending on Baker's arm, give me the Steelers.
Yeah, and so last game we got on Wild Card Weekend. Ravens taking on the Titans, a rematch of last year's AFC divisional round. So who you guys like?
Ooh, yeah. Man, literally, where they playing at? I don't know what to say.
They playing in Tennessee, bro.
This is going to be the best game of Wild Card Weekend for sure. Big Trust versus King Henry. Somebody else go first. Well, I'm always going first. Somebody else go first.
Man, I'm going to start it off, bro, because I was debating this one heavy. I was sitting there, trying to think, looking at stats, just trying to get a feel for the game. And at the end, bro, I think King Henry just going to be dominant. He's had 2,000 yards this season. He dominated them last year. Lamar still hadn't won a playoff game yet, and I don't think this is going to be the year he does. But I will add, though, the Ravens are on a hot streak. They done won their last 3 by a wide margin. But, yeah, I just got to rock with the Titans because King Henry is pretty unstoppable. And I got to throw in, just for fans, Ryan Tannehill been hooping like the best quarterback in the AFC. So,
I don't disagree with you, but I just think the way that the universe shakes out, that the Ravens will win. Like you said, remember how hot Baltimore was last year when they went up against the Titans? I think Vegas gave them like 6.5. I just think the way, personally, like you said, Lamar's been, looking like the Lamar of old from week 8 on. J.K. Dobbins looks explosive. They have ways to, make up. They're not going to have a Derrick Henry, but they can make up for that. They can, get about 80 to 85% of that production. So I think their defense is better than the Titans. Although I don't know what defense you have for a grown man trying to look like that and run against you. But give me the Ravens. Big trust it is.
Hey, bro, shout out to Big Trust. Whatever they did to him when he had those cramps and went into the locker room, came back, bro, he hasn't been the same quarterback since, bro. He's been the MVP. He's back at MVP form, bro. I love it for him. But he was at MVP form last season in the playoffs when they played the Tennessee Football Titans. Now, the defense, they did make some improvements for the Ravens. They had Derek Wolfe, got Derek Wolfe from the Broncos, got Yannick Ngakoue for the Jaguars. They got him specifically for this game, bro, when you got to play a running back, a dominant running back. That's literally what they got those linemen for. And they played again this season. And they did a little bit better on defense, but they still couldn't stop Derrick Henry, as he got 195 yards in the playoff game last year, 135 in the playoff game. I mean, in the regular season game this year. He's hit at least 150 coming this Sunday, bro. Best believe. Like, yeah, if you stack the box, we're going to throw the slant to A.J. Brown. Crib. Give me the Titans, bro, in overtime.
Oh, geez. I like it.
Me too.
Titans the clutchest team in the league, bro.
All right, so on our last edition of Game Balls, we're finna go and hand them out.
Is the last edition? Why is
because
the last
17.
We're not doing it for the playoffs?
We can, bro. We can keep it going. Keep the tradition going. But since you want to, why don't you just tell us who your game ball is first, big bro?
Josh Allen. We say we have a GOAT first name, obviously. He actually played with one of my former teammates at Wyoming. Shout out my man, Jerry Scott. And, this year, over 4,500 yards, 37 touchdowns, 10 interceptions, bona fide running threat. And the spread for the Miami game was 3, and they won by 30. So, I like Josh Allen a lot. Who was it that he came out with in 2018 that everybody was talking about? Baker Mayfield is, okay, player selection. Okay, so it was the Baker draft. Baker, Saquon, Sam Darnold. Okay. But regardless, I don't think a lot of people had those, super high expectations, especially not this early, considering kind of the FCS to NFL jump, some of the mechanical issues that people saw and focused on throughout the scouting process. But I know it's not really, technical, but I always bet on a big arm. You can't teach arm talent. And Josh Allen, just like Justin Fields, has that in abundance. So this year he's become more efficient. Stephon Diggs has had more than a bigger part to do with that. And I don't know if I said this. I don't know if Nick put it in there earlier, but they're a sleeper Super Bowl candidate for me. So, yeah, give me Mr. Josh.
And so, for me, my game ball, I got to give it to Jonathan Taylor, running back for the Colts. They played a crucial game, Week 17. They needed that win in order to make the playoffs. They get the win, and that's mainly because of Jonathan Taylor. He had 30 carries, 253 yards, 2 tutties on the game. Really helped the Colts beat the Jaguars. They probably could have beat them, if Jonathan Taylor didn't even play. Or they probably could have beaten if Jonathan Taylor played in some Air Force One. So
Jonathan Taylor could have played for the Jaguars. They would have, honestly, hey, garbage.
But, yeah, he is my game ball for his big-time performance in the game the Colts needed. So, Vance, go on and tell us who your game ball is.
They were losing in that game for a good chunk, though.
Yeah, bro, it was a real good game. But another team that was losing the game was the Tennessee Football Titans. But the reason they didn't win was because of their running back. Derrick Henry. 250 yards. He needed 223 to get to 2,000 rushing yards on the season. People thinking he's not gonna get that. There's no way he's gonna get that. It kind of got written off, but he went for 250 yards, 2 touchdowns on 7.2 yards per carry. But you know what the crazy thing is? I'm not gonna give him the game ball. Who I'm gonna give the game ball to is Wardell Stephen Curry, 62 points.
It's
Bully Twitter. He got playing well again, bro. Shout out to Draymond finally giving him some help. We're really giving him and Wiseman some help. Those only
so
two.
we're allowed to do this, Nick? We just do the other sport? Like,
Hey,
I didn't know that was an option.
Bro, 62 points, bro. And it's a sexy 62. Like he throws it up in the air. He's already back past half court celebrating.
Is there such thing as how sexy was Bradley Beal's 60? Was it not as sexy?
It was. It was very
sexy.
It's such thing as an ugly 60 though.
Ugly 60?
All right, bro.
60?
Devin Booker had an ugly 70, but I'm not gonna get into it.
How is it ugly though?
When you start fouling to get more points, it's ugly. Sorry.
Fouling to get more points. I ain't see that. I don't think that's crazy. Ugly. That's a lot of points for it to be called ugly.
But I'm saying, bro, they were fouling the Celtics just so he could get.
Oh,
you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's a little. It was 10 ugly points and 60 sexy ones, bro.
Yeah. Put it like that, bro.